another program of Older But Wiser. And today we have Lorraine with us, Lorraine Callinan, and I'm Jim Sachetta. And we are very privileged today to have a very popular, distinguished guest, Representative Ed Connelly. Nice to see you here today.
Nice to be here, Jim. No, it's a pleasure to be invited to the show. I've watched it several times, and I think it's a great idea to take that part of the community, the senior citizens, and display what they've done for the community in the past, what they continue to do, and we certainly owe them a great deal of gratitude for the way they've conducted themselves over the years.
You know, Ed Connelly is a member of the Irma Club and very supportive of our club, and of course, you know that I've been the president for the past 10 years. I'm not bragging about it, but it happens that nobody wants the job, and that's why I'm still there. Otherwise, I would get defeated.
But you talk about your longevity with the Irma Club. My longevity in the city of Everett, I've served as a councilman, an alderman, mayor, and now I am a representative at the State House for the city of Everett. And it's a tremendous job to have for the people of Everett, to always be thinking of all age brackets, doing things for the people of Everett who I love so much.
I know everybody loves you too. I could, wherever I go, I see people saying, oh, Ed Connelly, he does more for this city than you can ever imagine. And I know myself, you've done things for me, and I personally thank you for all that you've done for us.
Well, you know, Jim, it's a secret that I have. When I go in some sections of Everett, I pronounce my name Eduardo Gregory Connolly. And so I really get the Italian vote that way.
See, I guess you do get the Italian vote,
Oh,
boy. Every time I see the results, you...
Well, my family really originally came from the Line and then Main Street. And in 1927, they moved up to, they used to call it Christian Hill, which is around St. Teresa's Church.
Oh, yes.
And then I was born, the added member of the family. Being the youngest of the family, you carry quite a burden living up to your brothers and sisters.
I just noticed that Manchurian had some documents here about the time you were in the sports.
Yeah, we in 1945 we were in Look magazine. There were people like Judge David Mazzoni of the federal courts in Boston, Chicky Rimboli, who passed away, and Richard Ringdahl, Dick the Barber. I have a picture in the paper recently with Dick. We all played football for Everett High School, and we won the championship. And we were in Look magazine. At that time, Look magazine was not only a national magazine, but an international, because so many of the citizens of Everett in the service saw the picture. It was in the magazine in Germany and South Pacific. Many of the people came home and said, I saw you when I was fighting the war, or the war just getting over. So it was quite an honor to represent that aspect of my career, playing football, because so many people in Everett that played football had an opportunity for a free education by going on scholarships to various colleges. They would never have gone to college.
No.
Recently, Yo-Yo Gianelli, I was talking to him up at the Soldiers' Home. I work very closely with the Soldiers' Home.
They do a lot up there.
From the point of view that the people from World War I, they were in the 70s and 80s. They need hospitalization, long-term care. They can't afford to go out and go to a regular nursing home. They go up there, and soldiers, sailors, helping each other. Yo-Yo Gianelli had someone pushing his wheel carriage. It's the greatest place for someone who needs some help.
I know.
They don't like the nursing homes in the general public because, first of all, there's too many women, they say. They don't have the people that talk their same language. So they'd love to be up the Soldiers' Home. It brings back a lot of fond memories. And the other thing that they don't seem to like too much, some kind of a state regulation says there should only be 2 to a room. Well, they're in wards.
Yeah.
They like 6 and 8 beds on this side, 6 and 8 beds on that side, and they live a great life up there.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
It's like being in the service again.
Yeah.
Ask some questions, Jim.
Well, you elaborated on that so much. I had another question for you. But I would like to touch on the fact that the Whidden Hospital isn't having a problem now. What are we going to do about that?
Well, it potentially is a tragedy, but you know, when Everett merged with this group of people that have the
Hallmark,
that has the Melrose Wakefield, They have the Lawrence Memorial in Medford and the Malden Hospital and us. We thought this was going to be the salvation of providing hospital care to the people in this area. Well, what's happened, evidently, is that the federal government cut back on Medicare and Medicaid. In other words, if you go into the Whidden Hospital as a Medicare and they give you a pill that costs $1, the federal government cut back, so they're only paying the Whidden Hospital 60 cents for something that cost them $1. Now, you just take some of the big items and you can see that the hospitals can't get by. And so we're at the point now, there's going to be legislation, I'm a co-sponsor of it, to look in how do we get the money necessary to keep the hospitals open. Just think, if something were to happen to you right now, to try to go into Mass General with the heavy traffic, try to go to Wakefield, heavy traffic, right up to the Whidden Hospital in less than 5 minutes.
I know.
It's always treated the people who have lived here for years, and I'm one of them, always treated everybody really good. You felt that this was your hospital. This was your neighborhood hospital. This is where you could go and get real good treatment. The emergency room at the Whidden Hospital is really second to none. Right now, if there's a major accident and the Mass General is full, they divert the ambulances to the Whidden Hospital to be taken care of. That's quite a compliment
I know.
for that hospital. So that I think things will be straightened out.
And you got another party tomorrow, I'd like to mention.
Yes, Irma Club has a party tomorrow at Anthony's in Malden.
I wonder who's running that.
A fellow who's done everything in the city of Everett, so music-wise and organizational-wise, Jim Sachetta. The Sachetta family and the Connolly family, both large families, and it seems like every time one of us are in school, we're in school with the Sachetta. And recently, one of your sister's husband died, and I was in school with him in the first through fourth grade at the old Webster School on Elm Street. So connections in Everett of people go back a long way, and that's why they're so cooperative in helping, whether it's the elderly or kids with the Pony League or the Husky League. People contribute. Look how many children they've sent away during these holidays, and more to come. The band. It's all money raised from people in Everett who really, when you look at it, don't have that much money to be given, but they feel so good about giving to something for Everett.
Well, you know, it's always a pleasure to have you at all of the parties. We see you at the Armory when you're, when we have a social there, and it's amazing how you make sure you make it a point to get there to see all the senior citizens. And of course, you know the name of this program, Older but Wiser, and people like you keep us wiser because it gives. We have so many things that we can do for people, and you, who have a little bit of clout with the state, have done your part, and we really appreciate that.
Most cities would love to take that armory.
That's right.
Yeah.
Every bit of it, because they don't have it. They don't have something like that. We have it, and we're lucky to have the foundation supplying things that we can't get through our budget. It's a combination of state money, city money, and the foundation's money. And it's in beautiful shape. And I think anybody that happens to watch our show today has to be reminded it's for you. If you want to go down there, you just go there.
That's right.
Because it's for you. Don't think about there being cliques or anything else. You want someplace to go once a month or once every day, you go down to the Everett Armory and go in there and just enjoy yourself by maybe playing cards, doing almost anything you want. There's a walking group that walks around the stadium almost every day and then come back for a cup of coffee. There's opportunities for enjoying yourself at the Armory.
And there's the socials that we run there are second to none because there's at least 400
from everywhere.
to 450 people there, and they have wonderful food. And I don't want to comment about the music, but I happen to know that they enjoy the music.
It's pretty good. It's all right.
It's great.
I'd throw myself a plug. I hate to do that, but
it's great.
Well,
I love it.
You know. It's nice to have something to do when you're retired. Huh?
Oh, it is, yeah. In fact, I thought I retired, but I'm busier now than I was when I was working as an electrician for all those years. Well, Ed, it's been a great pleasure to have you as a guest here. We covered a lot of nice points.
We'll be right back.